Well, hey, welcome everyone. I'm here today with Jefferson Elementary School District candidate and Personnel Commissioner, Wallace Moore. Good afternoon, Wallace.
Good afternoon, Supervisor Canepa. How are you?
I'm doing well. Tell us a little bit of what's going on the campaign trail and what's going on around your priorities.
My wife and I, with a few of my supporters, have helped me with my precinct walking, and it's an arduous task, but somebody has to do it. Hanging signs and displaying my literature and talking to supporters have been the bulk of my work these days. But before I go to my priorities, I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank San Mateo Supervisor for District 5, Mr. Canepa, for having this conversation with me today. There are 4 priorities of mine that I would like to accomplish together with my colleagues if I'm elected. Number 1 is to ensure the safety of our students and teachers, especially during this escalating pandemic. Parents are faced with a dilemma, being scared of sending their kids to school. My view is that short-term masks and social distancing work. But long-term, I hope that Proposition 15 passes so that the state can allocate funds to retrofit schools with HVAC systems to purify the air they breathe and use new technology now available to sanitize classrooms for teachers, staff, and students until a safe vaccine has been approved. I believe in listening to the scientists and nobody else if we want to be safe. Number 2, I'll continue to maintain a fiscally solvent budget for our children and community. So spend money wisely and be competitive in bringing much needed specialized teachers for mathematics and science. Being solvent means maximizing cost and minimizing cost and maximizing on our funds allocated by the district, state to give incentives to teachers who will otherwise opt for other schools that pay them more. Number 3, advocating for more parental participation within the PTA and working with businesses that want to help with equipment and technological, especially for the poor and lower income areas. We allocate funds through the budget so that the money follows the student. Work with students to achieve their full potential, and they must be comfortable in an environment where they study. And we also try to encourage them to use every technological means available to enhance their learning capabilities. So partnering with parents, local businesses, and the community organizations will be among one of my top priorities. I will also look at literacy, which is number 4. I'll also look at literacy and excellence in education by working with my colleagues to advocate for test scores improvement. The school district is doing fairly well, but everything can be improved upon. We need to know what the educational gaps or weaknesses are in our district so that we can fix them. Then we have to monitor the status of the students' achievements as we go along. I'm always reminded of the Latin maxim which says nulli secundus. It means second to none. Well, this is what I hope for our school district to be. I believe in increasing the literacy skills of our students so that they excel in every aspect of their work, even though virtual learning seems to be the safest way to learn these days. Make certain test scores are on the rise. So through collaboration, I will advocate for all the tools necessary for students from all ethnic backgrounds to excel and graduate with dignity. their socio-economic background notwithstanding.
You go and you walk Daly City and your area. What do some of the parents or people say to you? What are they expecting from their next Jefferson Elementary School District board member?
Say when I'm out there, they want transparency, inclusivity, and have a say on issues that affect their children. They don't want to hear later on what is best for their children without having them chime in. They're scared to let their kids go to school knowing that there are spikes regarding COVID-19 and the absence of technological sanitization of classrooms and the areas where the kids play.
What can people expect from you if you're elected to the board? Will you be accessible? Will you reach out to parents? Will you reach out? How are you going to make informed decision making?
Well, as far as being accessible to the public, yes, of course. As representatives of the voters, I believe the board must be responsive and receptive to parents, staff, students, and the community at large. We should take input from all sides before making an informed decision. I will work synergistically with other board members, if elected, because we are trustees of the community that elects us. Any parent who comes before the board has the right to be heard. I would suggest we have a suggestion box at the district office where ideas or concerns are placed so that we can look at them for possible discussion. We must serve all the students in the community, irrespective of their socio-economic status. Our schools are here to serve the needs of the children. All stakeholders, parents, all district personnel, certificated and management, as well as students, must be partners in this endeavor if we as a board are to be successful. We must pay attention to the needs of disadvantaged and disabled students and their families, teachers and school staff, because they have valuable knowledge about what is happening in our schools and what might need to be changed. They shouldn't feel inhibited for any reason from speaking publicly at the meetings about policies and practices. I would like to collaborate with the other members of the board to develop an employee-free speech policy to make certain that staff will feel free to contribute publicly to the discussion about school, about our school. We have to support the importance of community schools, teachers and staff during this pandemic.
And you have experience within the Jefferson Elementary School District. You're a commissioner. Do you think that experience is beneficial day one if you're elected to the school district board?
Part of what makes me qualify for the job, you asked? Yes. Well, I'm a benefits analyst and insurance underwriter. So I'm currently serving on the Jefferson Elementary School District Classified Personnel Commission. And I also serve on the San Mateo County Measure K Oversight Committee. I want to take an active role in supporting education. My many leadership roles over the years include chairman of the Daly City Planning Commission and Friends of the Library. My business administration acumen dealing with budgets while working for the U.S. Department of Treasury and later as Vice President of the National Treasury Employees Union, dealing with contract negotiations, dispute resolutions, and as a labor relations consultant, I know I'm well prepared for the hard work it takes to work closely with other board members to solve fiscal problems. As planning commissioner, I'm proud to say that I was chairman during the construction of the Juniper corridor, where the movie theater now seats. And I can work synergistically with my colleagues to make our district number one. When homeowners buy their homes in Daly City, I want them to know, and I want them to say, my kids will be attending the best schools in our district. That's why they bought their houses there. So as far as I'm concerned, I know that it takes a lot to be in this position, and we have to listen to the community. For me, I was not fortunate enough to have my kid in this particular school district because I lost her 23 years ago at student medical, which you fought very hard, David, to ensure it doesn't close. And I was there with you advocating on their behalf. You know, my child is gone and it's God's will, but I'm sure if she were here, she would be part of this school district because this is where we live and we love our community very much. So I want to say thank you for coming and talking to me today, and to remind the voters that the voting has begun, but the final day is November 3rd. I am on number 3 on the ballot, and I humbly ask for your vote. And I want to assure you that once given the chance, I'll be able to seek your interest, that's of the kids and the district as a whole. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very, very much. Wallace Moore for Jefferson Elementary School District Board, as he just said, November 3rd. And I just want to thank you, Wallace, because I learned a little bit more about you. And I've known you for 20, maybe more than that, maybe 20, 25 years.
That's
And
right.
so, folks, on November 3rd, please go out and vote. And Wallace, thank you again. That was just excellent. Your answers were incredible. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate everything you do. And it takes a lot to be a candidate, as you know, Wallace. I see you walking, doing the signs, and just really working extraordinarily hard. So again, thank you very, very much.
I thank you so much, Supervisor Canepa, for your efforts to support me and for all you do. Thank you so much.